morning. Good morning. It's 6:17. Good morning. Just listening to the radio, having my coffee. Keep up with the ashes. Keep around here. Smoking as well. It was lit. That ain't a bad bedroom, ain't it? I mean, I just want to state for the record that I'm feeling like a okay, and I woke up okay. If I didn't look so funny in my glasses right now, but oh, you want me to be Mr. Moto in my glasses for you in the 3D glasses? No, they are just the prescription veteran glasses. All right, anyway. Oh, Mr. Moto, you wish to be here with the Mr. Moto band? Do you want to be in the band with the Mr. Moto people? You want to be a Mr. Motion? Do you want to be Mr. Motion, Mrs. I can't be funny today because I don't feel stupid. I feel very channeled and recognized and very calm stoned. I had a good rest. I slept really, really good last night. I did some edible marijuana. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I'm starting to reform. Some of the paint off my speckle is starting to move off. God took it off me. I didn't do anything. Yeah, it's kind of like we're all kids in the same and the parents are all the same parents, and everybody's the same. We're only who's the parents and who's the kids, and now we know. It's fun to be here. I'm trying. I really see it. The weather was fine. It's good. Now, as far as having a Valentine's Day, well, dang it. St. Valentine was a martyr. Other than that, I don't know much about it. In my discovery of the History Channel on Earth, that I was, I always gave away my candy to the little girls when I was a little boy, and I was in classrooms, and I would give my cards away, and my mother would make sure I gave my Valentines to the teacher, or else, and then I have to do it with everybody else's kids. I got to do it a Valentine. But the Valentine that I wanted to give away was the one I always gave away to the one that I always gave it to, and I always had a Valentine. Remember Sandy in the second grade, the little Spanish girl, Sandra, her name was? Her name resembled her nose. The Ra with the Sandra, with the R-A-H, as she was a little short Spanish, dark-haired girl with a little dark skin, darker than me. And she was Spanish. My mother said, oh, that's the Spanish one. You like the Spanish one, she goes, my mother. That was the second grade. Sandra. Her nose looked like the Ra to me. I go, Mom, in the picture, all the girls in the pictures, they all look like their names or something that can make fun of them or something. But look at this one. Sandra with the nose. She had that little Spanish, that little fine hook on her nose. It was like a perfect Spanish little girl nose. And I was a little boy to see it. So I was there. I'm there, Valentine's Day, having a good time in my pot, dreaming of a better scheme of comprehension other than the recognition of the substance era and the subsidiary aging process of individual incompatibility as we understand divorce, abortion, all the evil, corruption shit. How many times did we shit today? I don't know. I'm not going to talk about it though. Again. So for all the guys, the gals, the kids, it's Valentine's Day, guys. It's Valentine's Day. Saint Valentine, on the other hand, was murdered because he was mutilated for it. Because Jesus Christ was the same yesterday, today, and forever. Oh, rejoice, thou bride unwedded. We've got weeks to do. All right, now here we are. We're in Jacksonville, Florida. They're playing the Eagle 96.9 FM Cox Media Group with Italian creamer in my coffee when I come home. And I'm telling you right now, don't ask me no questions. I won't tell you no lies. Jacksonville, Florida, the microwave time right now in my mind or otherwise, 6:23 bubble eyes is South American Airlines flying highs in the skies with your wives and your guys and the gals and your fellas and your... I'm going to be here queer and no underwear in my mind as long as I don't have to shit my pants another time, alone, off the wine, or otherwise seeing sky. Lights in my eyes, I will cry. I'm on Valentine's Day, hypnotized day for you. I don't want to give her the credit, but my baby Blue was a vampire too. She was a vampire too, yay. I got this thing that I could be psychotropic, right? Because I'm eating medical marijuana edibles now. And I'm having fun doing it. Oy vey. And then I go, well, Gespalt, Geflecht, I want to be Jewish. And I don't want to fake it. And then I want to come home and eat with clean hands, with my wife sitting there with my flip-flops waiting for me, clean, or otherwise acceptable behavior for me in my home, waiting, docile, with my children. Standing at attention, snap to it. I'm horny. We got things to do. We got vacation next year to plan for. And I want a station wagon with wood paneling. In my mind, and I went to the store yesterday to buy groceries and saw a real rugged woman. And I saw a beautiful exchange of life while I was sitting there eating my sushi for lunch. And let me explain this, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, please accept me to explain this beautiful lunch hour I had yesterday. It's just a storyteller time for me. I'm having a good time in my shop over here. I hope everybody's having a good morning. Please have a good morning coffee. Be blessed in the name of your faith that you believe in to empower you, give you your breathing this morning and your blessing for your children. On behalf of your parents that may or may not be here today for your Valentine's Day. It's post-COVID. So for all the countries involved, everybody, I had a good lunch hour. I saw these women yesterday all interact at the deli counter, the meat counter. Well, I was at a seating area at a Publix grocery store in Florida. It's a local store chain for Florida. And it was beautifully clean, hygienic to the point of no return, where I thought I was living in a space station, brand new environment. I never saw one in my life until now. Now I saw one. It's Florida top right. All right. So anyway, you get in it off the street in a parking garage level on the street level. The store is above it. You get in an elevator with your carts outside to the point that you can get to the access to the outside to the street level. And then you get to the elevator to take the second floor to get into the store. And then you go to the store and there's a seating area and a beautiful, beautiful situation as soon as you get off the elevators. And from the time I got there, there was a woman or at least to stand there and communicate eloquently with me eye to eye. Customers too. So I was happy. And they were sane. They were rational people. It's a rational community standard. And I take that as a very big chip on my shoulder, elevated that there could be a possibility of rational human qualities. A beautiful, beautiful town. You know, we don't all wear masks all the time in this town for daily exchange. And I'm a little cautious because I have my reasons to be, you know, with pneumonia and smoking and COVID and things. But I don't want to get sick in general, you know. But I touch so much public access, I could get sick. But my fault. So I don't get. I just wanted to say the lunch was sushi. These women were together. There was a woman with her 2 kids. There was a baby around her breast that she had dangling over her shoulder straps. And there was a little boy who might have been maybe 4 years old, maybe. And they were dressed to the nines for little kids, as little kids go. They were dressed well. And the family looked good. And she was so invigorating and fit, the woman. She must have been about 30-something. But she was one of those really big women, you know, bone women, strong woman, formed woman, good mother. My God, she was doing squats with the baby around her shoulders and things like that. Not that I'm staring at her sexually. It was just a human observation. I'm eating lunch. People are doing a job interview next to me with the staff in an area for a seating area at a food market. And this woman's carrying her kids around with 2 carts, 2 kids. And the staff were normal. They were natural at the cash register or at the meat counter from the Publix. More women, older women, you know, white-haired women. And they were normal. And they were having fun with the kids. And the kids were having fun, smiling, dancing and things. It was awesome. And I thought to myself, this entertainment is not funny. It's a miracle. All day yesterday, I said to myself in my little dream from my one trip back and forth to the stores, I kept noticing how little things were coming my way. I had a bus stop in front of a church with the Mother of God, Mary, the Assumption. It was like it was made in the year 327 or something like that. It said for Florida. And then it was built in 1963, the building that they're looking at right now on the wall, that the statue was standing in front of the bus stop. So it was like a historical, but it was a big moment for me. And then when I had different things all day, I kept dropping my bowl, and when I would look down to pick it up and then pick it up and look up at the sky, a seagull would be over me or something, and I wanted to take a picture. You know, so I'm having my little dream back. I'm going to go on with my coffee and just say good morning. I'm wishing everybody experienced that you could relate to me in the sense that we have a wonderful morning start, and when it's available, it's not fake for my body to be hurt, and it's not fake for my body to be well. And I want my folks to recognize if anybody cares about me when it's possible. I also like thinking that this car is in drive right now and my feet are on the pedal and I'm just cruise control. Oh, now they got Who Do You Love from Lonesome George Thorogood, from Mr. Bo Bop Bee Bing Bing Bang Boo Bo Bo Boo Boo Diddley Squat. Bo Diddley. Do you Bo Diddley? Do you know what Bo Diddley is? I'm discovering Bo Diddley. Bo Diddley's in the bones. Bo Diddley in the bones. It make the bones move. And you know what that mean to me? That mean my feet gonna move. That mean my toe gonna move. That mean my heel bone gonna move. That mean my arthritis is gonna break up a little bit. We're gonna do some walking. We're gonna do some talking. We're gonna do some double bass drumming with your toes. You will now be a stadium. Yes, I have this dream that I'm going to be playing the double bass drums in stadium level PA systems all over the world, in meta or otherwise actual. Yes, I have this fantasy island that I'm controlling the world through my dream of bribery, ignorance, and greed. If only you knew, not being paid meant taking everything instead. If only you knew. No. And I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for those damn meddling kids. All right, now I'm getting off the phone because I'm getting horny all alone and it's Valentine's Day and I don't want to be on a cell phone. I don't want to be your cell phone drone. I can sing anytime. It don't have to rhyme, but it's better if it does because it makes people think I'm smart, even though I'm dumb and I don't know what I'm doing about it because I'm looking at the pictures. Just like I'm reading the old Playboy articles, I'm just looking at her eyes. Isn't that a disguise? Isn't that more lies? I could be doing this to you in the elevator at Publix on the way to buy you home. I don't want to be a cell phone drone. I don't want to die alone. I don't want a cell phone alone. I don't want to be a cell phone drone. I don't want to be a cell phone. Bo Diddley, man, it's in the bones. All right, do your coffee. Leave it with a good remembrance of thou, thee, and thine, those, they, them. Never you, never me. We're a great big family with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. Liza, there's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, a hole. We'll plug it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Unplug it, dear Henry. Plug your hole. All right, shut the hell up, Austin. Go home. Go home with you. Go suffer over here, Austin. Don't talk to us again. Don't ever call here again. I don't want to know you. Never again. I don't want to know you. I don't want to know you. No, I have a good time. It's a good morning. Otherwise, I'm going to smoke my little bit of powdered marijuana and go back to edibles.